Hello, 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 everybody. I'm Michael Hutton Woodland, and I'm one of the co-presidents of the Amherst Education Foundation, and we welcome you to our 23rd annual Trivia Bee. 23rd. Awesome. And I know that some of you weren't in the audience in the audience a little while ago, but we had our first ever youth round, and I want to give our youth participants a special round of applause. I don't want to intimidate the adults, but I will just say that the youth were answering so many questions correctly, they answered all the bonus questions correctly, and then they had to answer some of the adult bonus questions in order to figure out a winner. So how about that? So I just want to remind us all why we're here tonight. And we are here because the Amherst Education Foundation offers grants to teachers and administrators and staff members in our Amherst schools to help support special projects in our schools. So all of your participation tonight, the support of our sponsors, and the involvement of our community allows us to give out about $30,000 worth of grants each year. So that's pretty good. Right now, this year, there are 4 grants that started up with the beginning of the school year. We gave $6,000 to the Amherst High School to help develop and strengthen the physical education program there under Rich Farrow. A little round of applause. We gave a grant for about $7,000 to our elementary schools to help support the development of math programs and to support children who are struggling in math specifically. And on Monday, they're starting a special training for math teachers all across our elementary schools. We gave $10,000 to the middle school, this school, for an awesome project, and that is called Picture My Immigration Story. And all of the students in the middle school are going to be developing their own story of their family's immigration to this country. How awesome is that? And lastly, we gave $7,000 for a project which is going to facilitate the discussion of racial inequities in our schools, so try to create a greater sense of equity across all the schools. So I want to thank especially the Daily Hampshire Gazette that's underwritten this program here tonight. You see that all of the tables are being supported by one of our corporate sponsors or community sponsors, so I want to thank all of them. They're also listed in your program. And this is round 1. Teams, are you ready to roll? Are you ready to rumble? I see some spirit out there. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the microphone over to our MC for the evening, an Amherst School graduate, but also he's better known as our state representative, Solomon Goldstein-Rose.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone? This is great. I'm very excited to be here. And no, hold on, sorry. This isn't quite feeling right. Ellen Story is here. She was the MC of this event for a really long time. Can we give her a round of applause? I think I know what one of her tricks is. Give me a moment here. That's so much better. Now I am ready for the Trivia Bee. All right. I did graduate from the ARP schools. I went to Fort River, ARMS, and ARHS, and I was a beneficiary of a lot of the kinds of programs that AEF supports. For instance, I played an orchestra in the middle school, and the chairs in the band room in the middle school were replaced by AEF for chairs that actually didn't hurt your back to sit and play cello in, a year after I graduated from the middle school. So thank you for AEF for doing that. There are many kinds of things that the work that they do is supported by this event. So go buy raffle tickets. And without further ado, we're going to get ready for the first round. I want to introduce the two most important people here tonight. We have our quizmaster, Joe Listowski, back there. He has written all of the questions and answers for tonight, and will also be operating them on our PowerPoint. And of course, for piano, trivia-themed piano, we have Sue Listowski. I was asked to make one highly important logistical announcement. This is the first year we've had a youth round, which was awesome. They really upped the ante for all the adult teams this year, both in terms of their smarts and in terms of their spirit. So I'm expecting a lot more spirit from the adults this year. However, the young person's appetite was not fully anticipated in the amount of pizza that was ordered. There is another pizza ordered, and it is on its way for those of you that are looking for that. All right. There will be 3 rounds. There will be an audience trivia portion after round 3 before the championship round, in which all of you get to participate, whether or not you were on a team. And we have so many raffle prizes. You don't have to be present to win. However, you must put your phone number in order to win. All right, time for the introduction of our judges. Is everyone ready? Please join me in the introduction of the 2017 AEF Trivia Bee judges. We have tonight everyone's favorite retired educator, Judy Brooks. Amherst's own John Cool. And the Jones Library Director, Sharon Sherry. I have a schedule change noted here. The Amherst Survival Center team will be playing in this round and not round 3, as it says in your program. Larry and Products will be in round 3. All right. 15 questions per round. If there is a tie between the top however many, more than one teams, we will go to some bonus questions, which will be sudden death to decide the winner among those teams. Use large print and write your answers clearly. If there is any ambiguity as to whether your answer is acceptable, our judges will make their ruling. The winner of each of the 3 rounds goes on to the championship round, and the judges will also choose from each round the most spirit team and the best costume team. Without any further ado, are we ready for round 1? All right, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot in the youth round too, how to keep score. You flip over the things on your tables. If that gets confusing, I'll explain it more. First question. In the movie, Star Wars, episode number 4, A New Hope, who does Princess Leia tell R2-D2 to seek out to deliver her secret message? And your answers, please. It is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. It is not Luke Skywalker. R2 finds Luke Skywalker instead, or before. All right. So if you got that right, you flip over the thing. If you didn't get it right, you don't do anything. I think we've all got that. Question 2. On March 3rd, 2017, Author Mark Laidlaw tweeted that the first line of almost any story could be improved by making sure the second line was what? Answers, please. Oh, we've got some very creative things. Oh! And then the murders began. Judges, did anyone get this sufficiently right? Judges? All right, the pub, you get a point. Everyone, I have a request of all of you. Please think of the first line of your favorite book right now. Say that, have that in your head, the first line of your favorite book, and follow it with, and then the murders began. All right. Question number 3. What Mortal Kombat video game character, first appearing in Ultimate MK3, was created as a result of a programming line in a prior MK game that said, error macro? Yeah, I wouldn't know this one either. You were not penalized for writing down some random thing. I see some teams not writing anything. All right, 5 more seconds. Answers. It's Ermac. Did a team get that? Is there a no, not really. Oh, they got it. Yeah, Dave Sullivan, our district attorney, knows this, or someone on his team. That's what he does all day. All right. The smallest ever Major League Baseball crowd was recorded on April 29th, 2015, at a White Sox-Orioles game in Baltimore. How many fans were in the stadium that day? 0, 13, 66, or 102? All right, answers. It was 0. The stadium was closed due to protests after the death of Freddie Gray. That is the smallest ever MLB crowd. Judges, where do we stand in terms of score? Has anyone pulled into the lead? And then the murders began. We've got several teams with 3. Okay. Question 5. The 1982 song Abracadabra by the Steve Miller Band featured lyrics inspired by what female musical group? The Go-Go's, the Slits, the Bangles, or Diana Ross and the Supremes? There's some members of the audience concentrating very hard as they attempt to figure this out. Answers. It is D. Steve Miller was skiing. He ran into her. All right. Moving on. Actress Gillian Anderson has stated that she tried to base her approach to X-Files character Dana Scully on what other fictional investigator? Clarice Starling, Encyclopedia Brown, Irene Adler, or Nancy Drew? And your answers. It is Clarice. All right. Is there any team with geography-related professors on it here? Okay, no, good. Next question. How many time zones are there across all of mainland China? Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers. 1. It is 1. I could make some comment about communism and all the people being one or something here, but I don't have that prepared. All right. Question 8. Big Bone Lick State Park, site of many mammoth fossils found in the 1770s, is located in what U.S. state?
DA's office is in the lead by 1.
Okay. Ahead of everyone. Ooh, D.A. Sullivan's office is in the lead by 1 point above everyone else right now. But do they know where Big Bone Lick State Park is? All right. Your answers. It's Kentucky. We had Montana. We had a bunch of Montana. We had Oregon, Tennessee, Wyoming. Okay. It's Kentucky. It is excitingly stressful. Are the teams having fun? Okay. Good. In an infamous incident, on April 5th, 1943, the USS O'Bannon accidentally ended up next to a surface Japanese submarine. This was World War II when we were fighting Japan. The crew of the O'Bannon defeated the Japanese by throwing what at them? Choose something. Write it down. What would you throw at an enemy ship? What did they have on the ship to throw? All right, answers, please. It was potatoes. Oh, Amherst Office Park got that one right. And I can't see them, but I'm assuming because they're pointing at it. Food. Oh, judges, does food count? You know, this is not how representative democracy works. You don't all say no. The judges that were elected to make these rulings say no or yes. Judges. The judges concur with the populist majority. The answer is no, food does not count. All right, number 10. Matt Burns is the current reigning world champion of what music-related competitive activity? That is interestingly phrased, music-related competitive activity. Oh, I see why it has to be phrased like that. All right, answers. Yoga Center of Amherst. Oh, a bunch of people got it. It's the air guitar. Have any of you ever seen an air guitar competition? No. Yeah, it must be pretty quiet, Sue says. Yes. Okay. They're still in the lead with two. Who are the two in second place? Yoga Center and Amherst Office Park are in the second place. Okay. Oh, in the pub. They're in second place. You're in the lead. Yeah. The district attorney team is in the lead. All right. Question number 11. Remember, we're going to 15 questions. If there is a tie at that point, we will go to some bonus questions. Number 11. What is the only James Bond theme song to hit number 1 on U.S. pop charts? Do you know that song? All right, answers. View to Kill by Duran Duran. They all thought it was Skyfall, didn't they? Wow. It wasn't. In fact, it was not. Okay. This next one, for those of you who studied chemical engineering or, high school chemistry. What is the most common element in the human body? This is by weight. I checked. It is not by atomic commonness. It is by weight. There is a difference. Although it's still not necessarily what I would have expected. All right, answers please. Calcium, carbon, hydrogen, it's oxygen. Interestingly, we talk all the time about how we're carbon-based life forms. Carbon is the second by both weight and by atomic percent. If you go by atomic percent, it's hydrogen, and then, Yes. All right. Next question. What country has the most natural lakes? Brazil, Canada, India, or China? Answers, please. Canada, eh? Thank you, Amherst Office Park. It is Canada. Canada has more than half of the natural lakes in the world. There's consensus on that one. All right, we are nearing the end here of the first round. Question number 14. The Old Norse king, Harald Gormson, is best remembered in modern times by what technology that bears his nickname and uses the runes of his name as its symbol? Answers. Bluetooth. Yeah, this is what you get when Old Norse history experts invent modern technology. All right, last question in this round. Last normal question, anyway. In the Simpson episode, When Flanders Failed, Ned Flanders opens up a store for left-handed merchandise. What is this store called? All right, your answers. It's the Leftorium, which puts the DA's team solidly in the lead. Congratulations, you are the winners of round 1. We will now have rulings from our judges as to the winner of the Spirit and the Costume Awards? The pub wins the Spirit Award. And costume?
The Amherst Club.
This happens every single year I've been at the Trivia Bee, but once again, the Best Costume Award goes to the Amherst Club. Someone really has to take them on. All right. Thank you to all our round one competitors. If you will clear the stage, and round two teams, please come on up. Question 1. In the movie Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, who is, shockingly, revealed to be Luke Skywalker's father? All right, your answers. All right, everyone got that one right. We're easing you into it, lulling you into a false sense of security, and then the Empire will strike back. Question 2. What Ray Bradbury novel was originally titled The Fireman? This is hereby a reminder not to say your answers aloud. Other teams may hear you, and they may either get the right answer when they wouldn't have otherwise, or you may distract them and cause them to lose a point that they would have had, which would not be fair. All right, your answers. Fahrenheit 451. Yeah. They checked with a fire chief to see what temperature paper burned at, and he put them on hold while he went to burn a book. All right. Question 3. What social media company has a home office physical address at 1 Hacker Way in Menlo, California? Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, or Tinder? All right, your answers. It is Facebook. Facebook's address is 1 Hacker Way. All right. Do we have a team in the lead yet, judges? Our school committee is smart. What do you know? That's appropriate. Okay. Question 4. In Philadelphia, throughout the 1970s, hockey fans had a popular saying about their team's goalie: "Nobody but the Lord saves more than" whom? Ray Emery, Anthony Stars, Brian Elliott, or Bernie Perron? Answers, please. It is Bernie Perron. All right. Now the school committee is still in the lead. All right. The 1971 song, Killing Me Softly with a Song, by Roberta Flack, later covered by numerous other artists, was written in reference to what other referential song? Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, Arthur Conley's Sweet Soul Music, John Lennon's How Do You Sleep, or Don McLean's American Pie? Answers. It is D, American Pie. Some people in the audience got this one right. All right. Next question. The very first episode of The Twilight Zone was called Where Is Everybody? Aired in 1959, and it featured an Air Force pilot who's alone in an otherwise normal-looking town. Why is he alone? A, he is actually in a miniature playtown overseen by a giant child. B, he is in an isolation chamber preparing for a moon mission. C, he's the sole survivor of a hydrogen bomb attack. D, he's in a coma. And answers. B, he's preparing for a moon mission. All right. What is the largest city in China by population? This is a reminder to audience members not to say the answer aloud, especially also team members, but especially audience members. Also judges, but they don't do that. All right, answers. It's Shanghai. We're about halfway through, judges. Who is in the lead? It's still the school committee. All right. Go school. They've pulled farther into the lead. All right. Name one of the 2 U.S. states, either one or both, where Dinosaur National Monument is located. Answers, please. Colorado or Utah? The middle swath of teams got that one because they're in the middle of the country. All right. Going to a historical tidbit here. December 29th, 1838, loggers from Canada and Maine faced off in what was known as the Battle of Caribou. The battle had no deaths because the Canadians had to prematurely evacuate due to what? A, lack of food. B, a black bear defending her cubs. C, realization of misread maps. D, a herd of elk migrating south. A lot of unsure faces. All right. And the answer is B, a black bear defending her cubs. It says the battle had no deaths, but actually there was a death. The black bear was killed in the battle. But it sacrificed its life to avert the killing of the Americans or the Canadians, apparently. So we will thank the black bear. Question number 10. April Choi holds a world record related to the game Jenga. She has removed most pieces via what method? I see explanations of what the game of Jenga is. I hear laughter. I don't know if that is because you know what method it is or because you do not know what method it is. Answers, please. Oh, we've got some creative ones here. Mouth, tongue, feet. It's actually, oh, you must, nice. UMass Community Relations, University Relations. It is with a whip. I really don't understand how you do that, but she does. All right, we are moving in on the end game of round 2. Who is the only artist inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 3 separate times? Answers. Eric Clapton. Yeah, that team got it. A couple teams got it. Good job. All right. How many of you have seen the Eiffel Tower? All right, we've got a few travelers around. Due to the effects of heat on its materials, the Eiffel Tower is what in the summer? Shorter, taller, heavier, or lighter? Answers. It's taller. Almost everyone got that. Yes, because the metal expands when it gets hot. That was our chemistry question for this round. 17 centimeters taller in the summer. I guess that's very small compared to the overall height of the Eiffel Tower, but that's a significant expansion. All right. Our geography history question here. Where is the world's largest man-made pyramid located? Egypt, Sudan, Mexico, or Peru?
3 tied at 6 right now.
Oh, okay. We have 3 teams that are tied now. They've caught up to the... Oh, no. Claire, the school committee is still ahead. They're at 7. Oh, they're at 7. Okay, we have 3 teams tied at 7. What are you? People's Bank. And what team is over there with the halo? DeMeo. All right. Answers. It's Mexico. Great Pyramid at Cholula. Okay, along similar lines, how many of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still stand relatively intact in the modern world? Brownie points if you can also, in the next 5 seconds, write down all 7 of the ancient world wonders.
So People's Bank and Northampton area.
It's 1. The Great Pyramid of Giza. Oh. Okay. So 5 of the others have been destroyed, and apparently there's no evidence that the hanging out gardens ever existed, which is disappointing. All right, we have 3 teams tied now. Raise your hand if you have 8 points. All right, school committee still. New England Promotional Materials and People's Bank. No one has 9, right? All right, we've got a 3-way tie going into the last regular question here. We're going back to TV. In the Simpsons episode, Homer the astronaut, newscaster Kent Brockman mistakenly believes the spacecraft has been taken over by a master race of giant versions of what creature? All right, answers. It's ants. At least 2 of our teams that were tied got that right. So raise your hand if you currently have 9 points. It is these 2. All right. People's Bank versus Northampton Area Pediatrics / Amherst School Committee. We're going to have a sudden death playoff round. The way this works is you have to get every question right. If you both get the question wrong, we keep going. If you both get the question right, we keep going. If one of you gets the question right and the other gets the question wrong, the one that got it right wins. First time that happens. We used some of these extra questions already in the youth round because they used up all of the youth questions, so we had to go to the adult questions. We're continuing from where we left off. The winning answer in the youth round was, he died. Question 1/4. The performer, born Reginald K. Dwight, is better known by what name? Lil Bow Wow, RuPaul, Axl Rose, or Elton John? So, again, it's these two teams only, and your answers, please. They both said D, and they're both right. It's Elton John. All right. This one will be interesting. This is not multiple choice. Maybe we'll have some different answers here. What is the only bird species that can fly forwards and backwards? Teams that are no longer competing, feel free to write ridiculous answers on your boards and hold them up at the same time just to confuse the judges. Answers, please. Yeah, it's the hummingbird, and they both got it again. This is what happened with the youth round. We had a team of 5th graders and a team of 8th graders, and they were neck and neck. They got every single question right until some of these adult questions. Then they got the same ones wrong until finally we had the differentiation. So you guys, you need to answer different answers at some point here. Next question. In the 1980s TV show, Knight Rider, starring David Hasselhoff, the talking car's name was KITT, K-I-T-T, which stood for Knight Industries 2000. What was the name of the evil prototype version of KITT that appeared in a few episodes of the series? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answers. They misspelled it, but I think because it's an acronym, does it count if it's misspelled? The audience says no. The audience wants to prolong this sudden death round. It does not count. All right, the judges have spoken. You know, sometimes judges make unpopular decisions. See Citizens United. All right, next question. Sorry, my microphone is falling apart here. With over 500 million physical copies sold, what is the most popular novel of all time? Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Don Quixote, or A Tale of Two Cities? Answers. Answers. Oh, they both got it wrong. I bet Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings may be selling more nowadays, but when you add up the long period of time over which Don Quixote existed and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings didn't, it has sold way more, as has A Tale of Two Cities. All right. What musician used her dorky alter ego, Kathy Beth Terry, along with teen internet singer Rebecca Black, in the music video for the song Last Friday Night? Drum roll, please. And answers. It's Katy Perry. Okay. I promise round 3 teams at some point we'll cut this off and get to you. We'll figure out a way to differentiate some winner. All right. What is the world's tallest mountain that is not part of a mountain range? I will give you a hint. It is not Mount Monadnock, which is our local mountain, not part of a mountain range. Five seconds. Answers. They both said Fuji, but it's Mount Kilimanjaro. And we go on. I don't know what's going to happen if we have a tie in round 3. In what James Bond movie was the Aston Martin DB5 initially introduced as Agent 007's gadget-filled car? Dr. No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, or You Only Die Twice? Answers. It is Goldfinger. And the school committee, with what looked like an entirely random guess, wins their round. Northampton Area Pediatrics / Amherst School Committee. Congratulations. We will now announce the judges have a decision on best costume and most spirit. The Most Spirit Award, although they had trouble with keeping their sponsor listed up, is UMass Community Relations. University Relations. Good say. The best costume, I would say quite obviously, is Robert L. Stern Financial Services. Yes. That's you guys, yes, the suffragettes. All right. And we switch again. Round 3, please come up. There was a slow build, but they got the energy there. Okay. Question 1 for round 3. The Mel Brooks comedy film Spaceballs featured a character named Pizza the Hut. This character is based off of what character from Star Wars Episode 6, The Return of the Jedi? You see what we're doing with the Star Wars movies? Your answers. Jabba the Hutt. Judges, I assume we are not looking for proper spelling here, seeing as they're movies, so how would you know? Okay. Question 2. John Steinbeck's first manuscript for Of Mice and Men was eaten by what? Maggots, mice, his dog, or a pig? Your answers. Got some discrepancy. It's his dog. It would have been so much better if it had been mice, but it wasn't. But you see, he wrote about how the best laid schemes of mice and men go off to rye, and then his dog ate it. It's awry. Okay, I find that funny. Next question. The Sega video game Zero Wing was responsible for what early internet meme? Double Rainbow, All Your Base, Leroy Jenkins, and Trogdor. A reminder not to say your assumed answer aloud. That goes for audience too. Answers. People are very excited about All Your Base. the only person to win more PGA Tour events than Tiger Woods? Sam Snead, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, or Rory McIlroy? Answers, please. Again, a lot of variation here. It's A, Sam. Someone got it. Yeah. Looks like Jankowski and Spencer got it. The harp got it. Okay. Question 5. The 1986 rock song, The Final Countdown, by Swedish band Europe, featured lyrics inspired by what David Bowie song? Space Oddity, Heroes, Life on Mars, or Under Pressure? Answers, please. It's A. All right. In the first episode of The Wonder Years, Kevin and Winnie's first kiss occurs after an emotional event. What was the event? JFK's assassination, the death of Winnie's brother, the moon landing, or Kevin surviving a car crash? Answers. It's B. I feel like we get the most intense emotions here around the TV show questions. All right. During the first half of the 20th century, Shanghai, then occupied by Japan, was the only port in the world to accept fleeing members of what religious or ethnic group without an entry visa? A reminder not to say your answers aloud, even if your answer is, I don't know. Answers. It was Jews. It was, in fact, the Jews. I appreciate the team that put Christians, though. In what U.S. state was the first Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton found? Answers, please. We've got Utah, North Dakota, Colorado. It's Montana. Did anyone get Montana? Did any team get Montana? No one got it. Oh. All right. Joe, 1. Participants, 0. Judges, what are we looking at halfway through here? There are 2 6s. The harp has 6, and who is the other one? Amherst Rotary. All right, nice. Question 9. Hiro Inada was the last Japanese soldier to stop fighting World War II. He held his position on a small island in the Philippines long after the war was over. When did Hiro Inada finally surrender? 1951, 1965, 1974, or 1982? Answers, please. It's C, 1974. He would not believe the war was over. He was quite dedicated. I don't know how long he'd been out of touch with his old commander before they had to bring him in to tell him the war was over. But question 10. Jackie Milley of Hill City, North Dakota, holds the world record for the largest collection of what? The world record for the largest collection of what? Answers. Okay, keep your answers up. Everyone, please keep your answers up. Keep your answers up and face them towards me. I want to read some of them. We've got snow globes, chewed gum, toenails, lint, beanie babies, Pez, license plates. That would make sense. License plates, that'd be a weird thing to. What was that over there? String. Did anyone get teddy bears? No. All right. That's a large collection of teddy bears. All right. So we still have a tie at 6 points here. Who was the first female artist to have 5 hits from the same album, hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart? Your answers. Katy Perry. The harp got Katy Perry. We're liking our Katy Perry tonight, apparently. All right, we've got our chemistry question coming up here for this round. What is the only metal that is naturally antibacterial? You don't get any bonus points for it, but you could also try to put the elemental symbol for it. All right, answers. Copper. Whatever team this is here got it, and whatever team that is over there, I can't read the sponsors. What are you, Scott? What is your sponsor? You're the Gazette team. Okay. The Hampshire Gazette knows their chemistry, and the Greenfield, they know their chemistry. Okay. Where are we at? Number 13. Oh, this is interesting. Again, geography. What is the only sea in the world with no coasts? Scilly Sea, the Mediterranean, Adriatic, or Sargasso? Answers, please. It's D, the Sargasso Sea. No coasts. It is entirely contained within the Atlantic Ocean. All right. Do we still have a tie at 8? 8, 8, 8. Oh, the Gazette has pulled into a tie now, the tie that we had. So now we've got a 3-way tie at 8 points. Going into the last 2 questions. In July 1807, after signing a treaty with Russia, Napoleon was swarmed at his celebration lunch by hordes of what animal? There's an interesting story as to why here. 5 seconds. Answers, please. Rabbits. Oh, one team got lemmings. That's close. Did anyone get rabbits? No one got rabbits. All right. Final question then to potentially break a three-way tie. In the Simpsons episode, once again, 2001 Greyhounds, Mr. Burns sings a Disney-inspired song about using animal skins for wardrobe piece called See My Vest. What is Mr. Burns' vest made of in this song? Ten seconds. Answers, please. Gorilla. Did the gorilla team get that right? No, the gorilla did not know that the answer was gorilla. Did anyone get that right? All right. Harp, did you get gorilla? Pulling into the lead, a solid victory for the Harp in round 3. All right, judges, do we have... All right, the judges have decreed that the Spirit Award for round 3 goes to Greenfield Savings Bank. And the Costume Award shall go to Jankowski and Spencer. Yeah, that's you. We have here, we have the DA's office, Northampton Pediatrics / Amherst School Committee, and the Harp. All right, judges, are you ready? Final round. We have 5 questions. If there is not a clear winner after 5 questions, we go into sudden death. These questions are considerably harder than the previous ones. The first use of the word wicked to mean good or cool was in what F. Scott Fitzgerald novel? The Great Gatsby, This Side of Paradise, Tender is the Night, or The Curious Case of Benjamin Button? Answers. It's B, This Side of Paradise. All right, D.A. Sullivan's office pulling into the lead. Question 2. As a result of the Netflix series Stranger Things, what U.S. agency chose to issue a statement that it was not actually researching parallel universes? What U.S. agency? Answers. NASA. It's not NASA. It's the Department of Energy. Except apparently they were researching parallel universes. Maybe through funding something to do with string theory. I don't know. Question 3. In World War II, the first bomb dropped by Allies on Berlin killed the only one of what type of animal at the Berlin Zoo? Unintentionally, I assume. Your answers, please. We have rhino, ostrich, it's an elephant. They had one elephant, and it was a casualty of World War II. Question 4. What are the points right now? 1 to 0 to 0. Wow. So these are much harder questions. Good job, Joe. Question 4. In the Simpsons episode, Burns' heir. When Homer goes to rescue Bart from Mr. Burns, he theorizes that Mr. Burns will release the dogs or the bees or what hybrid animal? This is a pretty specific answer as written out. Answers, please. Oh, I can't see the DAs, but the other two got it. Dogs with bees in their mouths, and when they bark, they shoot bees at you. So it's tied now, right? 1 to 1 to 1. And we have one question left. Okay. What hamburger restaurant was the first to sell 1 billion burgers? McDonald's, Burger King, Whataburger, or White Castle? Answers. It's White Castle. Oh, they all got that. Okay, so we now have a 3-way tie, 2 to 2 to 2, and we're going to go to our extra questions, picking up where we left off, which was quite a ways in to the extra questions. I believe we had done James Bond movie number 10, and we are going to now go to question number 11/1 of Sudden Death Round for the victory of the 2017 Trivia Bee. An 1894 article in the Times of London estimated that by 1950, London would be 9 feet deep in what substance? Seawater, horse manure, coal, or potatoes? Answers. It's horse manure. All right, D.A. Sullivan's team, I'm sorry. I believe you've just been eliminated. And you two both said horse manure. So fun fact, when the car was invented, the internal combustion car, it was hailed as a great environmental accomplishment because it was going to clean up all the pollution of horse manure in our cities. And it did that, among some other things. All right, question 12 with the remaining 2 teams for the victory. According to Vanilla Ice in the song Ice Ice Baby, anything less than the best is what kind of a crime? D.A. Sullivan's team knows this one. Five seconds. Answers. It's a felony, indeed. And they both got it. Okay. Arthur Art Clokey is best known as the creator of what children's character? Blank stares. I see blank stares on the teams and the audience. 7 seconds. Your answers, please. Arthur, and what did you say? Oh, they both said Arthur. It's Gumby. Okay, so we continue going because they both got it wrong. While working on the album Morning Phase, the musician Beck was bitten by what type of dangerous creature? A black widow spider, a rattlesnake, a raccoon, or his dog? And answers. Did they both say A? They both said A, and they're right. All right. Question 15. How long is a fortnight? Answers. 14 nights, 2 weeks. They said one of each. This is really great. So, again, with the reminder that at some point, one of you needs to say one answer, and one of you needs to say another answer. I will keep inventing questions all night until we get there. Okay, question 16. Sam Foster is best known for creating the modern version of what in 1929? Three seconds. Answers. Sunglasses. What did you say? You said root beer and you said beer, and it's sunglasses. Okay. We've got a few more questions here. In 2015, American Pharoah became the first horse in 37 years to win what coveted title? Answers. It's the Triple Crown, as both teams know. All right. If we run out of questions, I'm going to field questions from the audience. Okay. In 1985, Russian cosmonaut Vladimir Janibekov discovered an effect that bears his name and is amplified in zero gravity. What types of objects does this effect involve? Spinning objects, liquids, magnets, or elastic objects? And answers. They both said B. They're both wrong. It's spinning objects. Janibekov effect is objects with more than one axis which spin weirdly. That's the technical term. Android operating systems are named for sweet treats. They go with the next letter of the alphabet, so Jelly Bean was followed by Kit Kat, followed by Lollipop. They started, though, not with A, but with C. What was the first sweet treat Android operating system? Candy, caramel, cupcake, or crepe? Answers. It's the cupcake. And they both got it. Okay. Can we do a dance-off? Possibly. In 1892, who was the first American president to attend a Major League Baseball game? I did say 1892. It doesn't say it up there, but it says it in my script. All right, answers, please. They both said Harrison. Okay. And they're right, 1892. That's why 1892 was probably taken off in the final version here, but then you would have been guessing randomly. According to Nielsen and the International Telecommunications Union, what nation has the highest percentage of internet penetration? Highest percent of residents who have access to the internet? Japan, United States, Iceland, or South Korea? Five seconds. Answers. They both said South Korea, but it's Iceland. South Korea is second. 97.8% of people in Iceland have access to the internet. Meanwhile, much of Western Mass still awaits broadband. All right. The Dumas brothel is the longest-running house of ill repute in North American history. In what state is it located? Montana, Texas, Nevada, or Massachusetts? And answers. They both said C. It's actually A. It's in Butte, Montana. Opened from 1890 to 1982, and it's now on the National Register of Historic Places. All right, we have 3 more questions prepared here, and then I'm serious about getting audience questions to break the tie. Oh, yes, we could go back to the youth ones. Okay, Rick, Corey, the old man, and Chumley are all characters of what resale-related television show? Resale-related television show. 3 seconds. Answers. We have a winner. It's Pawn Stars. And the Harp with the last-minute victory, the walk-off-the-field win. Congratulations to the 2017 champions.
The Harp is a 4-time winner.
The harp is now a 4-time winner of the AEF Trivia Bee.
And they get $25 gift cards.
Harp, come over here. You'll get $25 gift cards to Johnny's. Oh, stay there. We want to take a picture, and then you get gift cards.
And you want to go over with them, so yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all for participating. And thank you all for attending the 2017 AEF Trivia Bee. Come back this following year, 2018, last Thursday in October. We'll be here same time, same place. Have a good night.